Hello viewers, today I'm working on a 2015 Toyota Sienna with the 3.5 liter V6 2GR-FE engine, and this one is equipped with the all-wheel drive system. And today we are just going to be replacing the fog lamp assemblies due to water intrusion. After this, welcome back to the Moose Mobile Auto Repair channel. And so today I'm just going to be replacing both of the fog lamp assemblies because as I stated in some of my previous videos that this vehicle was in a front end collision, and so over time the seal broke for the fog lamp assemblies. Usually from my experience, when a vehicle is hit, shortly after there will be water intrusion in either the fog lamp or in the headlamp assemblies. And so typically if there isn't a visible crack or any cracks on the housing, and then usually water is not able to get inside, but typically there's a seal that's in between the housing, and so it's possible that that moisture and water can get inside afterwards. Now, it's not always the case that if a vehicle it gets into a front end wreck of some sort, it's not always the case that there will be water intrusion, but that's what I have seen in my experience. Now, I already replaced the passenger side fog lamp assembly, so now I'm going to be doing the driver's side now. Now, as you can see here, this one is the original Toyota fog lamp assembly. You can see here that this is the original fog lamp assembly. It says Toyota on it, and it even has the date and when it was manufactured, the date and time. And this is, although it says Toyota on it, this is made by Valeo, and they typically make the OEM for a variety of parts, such as clutches, alternators, and so forth. I've seen these on a variety of vehicles like Nissans, Hyundai, Kia, and so on. So this manufacturer, they make a lot of parts for a variety of vehicle manufacturers. So the kit that I'm using just has a bunch of aftermarket wiring kit if you want to wire a separate fog lamp circuit. This one has the chrome style trim piece for the one that I ordered. I'm using aftermarket fog lamp assemblies and the aftermarket trim panels. This one that I'm holding is aftermarket, and this one is the original that came off of the vehicle. So here's the finished product on the passenger side. And this is on what we have on the driver's side right now. You can see the water and the moisture intrusion. You can see the water that's inside here. So we are going to be replacing it today. So the customer wanted the chrome style trim piece for these fog lamps So that's what I got for them because that's what they wanted. I already have the wheel off on this side, so you'll be needing a flathead screwdriver of some sort. Turn this until this is straight and pull this out. You may need to turn it again to get this out. So now I just need to pull back on the inner fender liner out of the way. So now we need to remove all of these screws or bolts that's holding the bottom part in place. I'm just going to leave this hanging here. You just need to take off the 3 that's over here and the 1 in the back here. So I think that will be a total of 1, 2, 3, and 4. This one you can just leave this hanging if you want. It's up to you. So just leave this hanging so that you're able to get this out of the way. So now we're just going to get this out of the way now. You may need to use like a bungee cord if you want to pull this aside. You can use a bungee cord or something to pull this aside. You can use a bungee cord or something to wrap this inner fender liner out of the way so you can have access to the fog lamp assembly. So these fog lamp assemblies are relatively easy to replace. They're not difficult at all. So this one has an aftermarket LED fog lamp. So the lamp itself is aftermarket. I have a separate video in which I did the installation for that, so I will leave the link on the screen and in the video description. So this, you just turn it counterclockwise to take it out, and then this is held by only a single screw. So there's a screw in here, and then the plastic bracket is held inside over here. So we want to remove this screw. This is a number 2 Phillips. And then this just slides right out. These two pieces here, they sit inside the plastic housing assembly, and you can see there's water inside here. You can see all of the water. These assemblies are the original. It's made in Mexico. Toyota LH for left hand has a date and time, October 26, 2015, and made by Valeo. The part numbers are here. That's for the left side fog lamp if you want to get the same one. This is for the right side. The part number is right here. So now I have the aftermarket fog lamp assembly. It does come already pre-installed with the H11 halogen bulb. So if you want to replace it with the aftermarket ones, or if you want to use a different bulb or whatever, you can do that. Now you may have a little bit of some issues like fitment issues with the aftermarket ones, so it may be a little bit tricky to install these like 100%. So anyhow, I had a little bit of trouble with the installation on the passenger side, so we'll see on how this side goes, because the two pieces here would not be able to fit all the way inside these two uh, openings. So in some instances, you may need to use like a screwdriver to open them up in order to make it fit. Now this one has the adjustment screw for the headlight or the fog lamp aiming. So you may or may not need to adjust these, but I'm not going to be discussing about the aiming of the fog lights today. So anyhow, we are going to try to install this inside the housing, see if it goes in. See if it slides in all the way. I think this one, it slides in relatively okay. Now as you can see, it doesn't line up exactly, so I may need to do some adjustments and playing around in order to get it to fit. Just gonna see if I can get this in or not. Sometimes you may need to use like a flathead screwdriver to open up the opening inside in order to get it to fit. Sometimes you can use like a flathead to open these up, because these are aftermarket stuff, in order to try to get it in. Now if you're not able to get it in all the way, it's not too big of a deal, as long as it's most of the way in, because it's going to be held by that one screw. And so this is what happens when you get aftermarket stuff, because you run into some problems, but it's not the end of the world. This is what the customer wanted, so that's as good as I can get it now. I don't want to damage anything, so I'm going to reinstall the screw. You will need to line up the screw perfectly in the hole in order to get it in. You don't want to over tighten this, otherwise if you over tighten this, then you may need to use a new screw, larger screw, because the plastic housing inside here is already self-tapped, so you don't want to over tighten it. So now I'm just going to push out the trim piece. You can just push down here to push it out. As soon as you push out, you're able to get the trim piece completely out. You should probably take that out first before you install the uh, new fog lamp. So now I'm going to remove the H11 bulb and install the one that I installed previously. This one, this housing is a little bit tricky, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult to install the bulb. So you may need to push in as you are turning. As soon as you line up the bulb openings. These LED bulbs need to be installed in the 9 and 3 o'clock position in order for these to work properly. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get it to line up. Meanwhile, I can look directly in the housing to see if it's lined up to make it easier for me. You can have a look inside the housing to see if it's lined up before you turn it in. So it's seated all the way in now. I pushed in like this, and I also heard it seat in. So now I just need to turn it clockwise to lock it in place now, and now it's in. I'm able to see the bulb. It's lined up. The LEDs are pointing in the 9 and 3 o'clock position. It's not exactly straight, but that's as good as you can get it. If you need to, you may need to turn the fog lamp assembly a tiny bit. In this case, probably a little bit to the right on this side. So we probably have to turn it. So this will be perfectly lined up at 9 and 3. Because these are the LEDs, they only work properly when they're lined up at 9 and 3 o'clock position, because the LEDs are on those sides. So that's why it needs to be lined up. Otherwise, the lighting is not going to work properly as intended. So I'm probably just going to loosen this up just a tiny bit, the screw, and turn it slightly to the left to get it straight. So now we're going to install the trim piece. This should just easily clip inside. I believe that this should be installed first before you install the fog lamp assembly, because this is the fog lamp assembly is going to get in the way. I'm gonna put it in like this. So now everything is in properly. You should probably install this first, I guess, before you put the fog lamp assembly, but it doesn't really matter. Now I don't want you guys to make this a big deal, because I don't want anybody to be crying in the comments, because these fog lamp assemblies are just under $100. So I'm trying to show you guys on how to install these. So please don't be whining and complaining about the installation stuff. These fog lamps are under $100, and the customer just wants the new fog lamps because the other ones had water inside it, so they just wanted to replace them. So don't make things a big deal here. It's not going to be the end of the world. So I ended up removing the fog lamp temporarily, just to see, to make sure that the trim piece is clipped in all the way. Just make sure that this bottom piece is clipped underneath here, and that's how you would be able to know that it's in all the way. It's not going to be 100% perfect, because this thing is aftermarket stuff, so just try your best to line it up. So now that we are done, you can test out the fog lamps just to make sure everything is okay before you put everything back. But I'll show you guys everything after I'm done. So now we are just going to put everything back, reinstall the inner fender liner back inside. This needs to be in between. You turn this, you should be okay after that. So now we're just going to reinstall all the bolts, screws. So now everything is done. I've turned the fog lights on, and that's going to be it. That's going to conclude the completion of the repairs. So all that's left is to put the wheel on, and then that's it. So that's it. That completes the installation of the fog lamp assemblies. I just showed you the driver's side only. The passenger side is the exact same thing. And so if you need to, you may need to aim the fog lamps if they are out of adjustment, but I'm not going to be showing that in this video. They have the wheel here in which that you're able to turn if you want to adjust the fog lamps. So this wheel here turns. So typically you will need to have a specialty headlight aimer device, or the fog light aimer device, in order to accurately to aim the headlamps and or the fog lamps. Now those headlight aimer devices, they cost thousands of dollars, and so if you don't have one, you can just use like a garage door to use as a reference, but the vehicle will need to be on level ground, or you can do it inside your garage if you have one, and you can use the wall or something as a reference, and you can do the adjustments then. That's it for today. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please don't forget to give it a like, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you're not already a subscriber, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day and take care.